many mother tongues. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, Priyanka, and Giandomenico Milano, Mr. Razak. Thank you all very much. I wrote One Mother, Many Mother Tongues as a piece of research many years ago, and I hope you will appreciate the fact that this is not just a recycling of old ideas, but it has been a wonderful opportunity that you have offered me to be able to expand that research and make it available across a much larger time frame and make it into something more universal than what I had originally envisaged and planned. Every exhibition is truly a learning curve, and in many countries of the world, it is not a matter for us to boast or to show off what we have, but it is an opportunity for us to build the capacities of our institutions and to be able to, each step, each project makes us more worthy to be able to house and construct a bigger, better project next time round. And so I hope you will forgive us our flaws and the things that we might not have been able to complete, but I hope you will find it worthy enough to be engaging while you are here, while it is here in Bangalore. It improves with each iteration, and I hope you will find this iteration one that you can actually disseminate and actually spread amongst your friends and bring them to see it. As the previous speakers before me have said, this is a project of shared stories and shared civilizations, what in academic circles, what we call transculturalism, where we learn to look at the other. We learn to appreciate something of the civilization of people we don't know well enough through projects like this, rather than only comparing. I hope audience will also learn to appreciate difference, to be able to see how somebody else does it completely differently and they don't want to do it in exactly the same way as you've done it. And the familiar and looking at what we have done only allows us to become more respectful towards and appreciate what others have done. And that is a very important way to think about transculturalism, to be able to think about these kinds of exercises, because we don't want to paint everyone with the same brush. We don't want to say that 2000 BC and us are the same. We don't want to say that Italy and India are the same. Tourism depends on the fact that we want to go to Italy and see what's so unique and different and wonderful and learn about that culture, just as I hope people in Italy will want to be, with the familiar, as Giandomenico Milano was explaining, would make it more exciting for us to be able to see what is unfamiliar, respectfully. That's the critical thing. A little thing that I would like to say for you to bear in mind before you encounter the exhibition is something a little theoretical. Think about the word mata and all the different ways in which we use it. When you get chicken pox, you've got mata. When you've got smallpox, you've got badi mata. When you have a miscarriage, it is often because of the malefic effect of some nakshatra that is working with some feminine nakshatra that is working under the influence of Rahu or Saturn or something or the other that causes that miscarriage. When you think in terms of sacrifice that has to be made, you think in terms of Mother Goddess shrines. Bloodletting, if it happens today in any temples still in India, it happens at Mother Goddess shrines. Fasting, if it happens twice a year in India today, it usually happens for Navratri festivals for Mother Goddess culture. If you think in terms of all the words, if you come into linguistics, the word matrika or the word matra is the vowel sound that you attach to any word to make that word come into existence. Otherwise, it is only a bunch of consonants that are lying trapped in your throat, in your mind, that find no utterance without a matrika, a swara, which is added to it, which is a matra, literally. So anything in linguistics that is born, even linguistics uses the word matrika to mean something that comes into being. So the mother doesn't just bring into being physical bodies, but she brings into being cognition itself, awareness itself. Motherhood, then, is not merely a motherhood of physical bodies, but if you study the Dasha Mahavidya, these are mothers of vidyas. These are mothers of ideas. And every idea is like a fragile child that also needs a mother's protection and nurturing to be able to carry on. And that's another group of images that you will encounter in this exhibition. And let's not forget, finally, that the word mata, madre, mother, common as they are in Proto-Indo-European, Latin, Greek, Sanskrit, and so on, also take us to another word, from matrika to matrix. And the word matrix is a mold nowadays from which something is made, but very originally the word matrix went back to the word womb, from which something was created and recreated. So that takes us to another word which is related to this, which is the word metric, which is the measure of anything that we understand and the measure of what we know. We calculate things and we know things because we can measure them, and that's another word for cognition, because we know how much it is. And there's a metric to something. So the concept of the mother and matrika is actually a very solid one, and our ancients were quite aware of all these double entendres and that I've touched on, and so the images actually speak deeper and deeper and deeper at multiple levels as you will look at them. So with that, I welcome you all to this exhibition. And it is my great privilege, before I get off the dais, to be able to thank the extraordinary people who have been behind this project, who have made it happen. Not just the staff here at the NGMA, Shailendra, Amrita, Darshan, Shuvarna Patro, Priyanka Mary Francis, each of you, have worked exceptionally hard day and night alongside, and this kind of camaraderie and team spirit is rare to find in an institution. I have loved working here very much, and I hope I get the chance to come and work with you all again. I really look forward to that. A project like this is dependent on many, many forces coming together. Everyone's been thanking the Ministry of Culture, but I wanted to actually make something known to you. My team and I have fought, they have navigated, tiptoed, negotiated through layers and layers of bureaucracy at extraordinary sites and places. In Mathura, in Bareilly, in Udaipur, in Kolkata, in Lucknow, in Baroda, in Jaipur, in Florence, in Delhi, in Rome, and in Naples to make this exhibition happen. Not all bureaucrats or even museum personnel always understand the power of which narratives are chosen, when and why, and not all museum personnel in India even know how deep this kind of work, what it really involves. I know some of you are really looking forward to seeing this exhibition, and you have certain expectations, I'm sure, of what you imagine an exhibition like this would be. But I can tell you one thing as a curator. My job is equally to be able to present to you things that you are unfamiliar with, things that textbooks and Wikipedia might not yet have caught up with, and things that I hope will open new doors for the next generation to be able to pay attention to all these museums that I have listed, that I have just enumerated, which have extraordinary secret, great artworks that need our attention and protection, lying in not national museums of India necessarily, but in provincial museums that are scattered all over the country. So I encourage you all to pay attention to them, and I hope that this exhibition will turn our gaze towards all these lending institutions, to one day, when we have time, to go back to those institutions and to see what else they contain, because there are great treasures that are still lurking around everywhere. I hope you'll all enjoy the exhibition. Thank you all very much. As we come to the conclusion of